Couple of other items on our 250 series that are new options. If we look at our armrest, we have a new rocker switch here that is to adjust our transition vanes in the rotor cage. So this is new with the 250 series. The 250 series comes with two options here. You either get a manual adjust turnbuckle or you get the in-cab adjust. So in-cab adjust is required for automation, but if you get a non-automation machine, you can get that as a standalone option. The other item that is new is we have the optional in-cab pre-sieve adjust over here. So that allows us to set that pre-sieve clearance from the cab. We can calibrate the pre-sieve just like we calibrate our upper and lower sieve, and we can adjust that pre-sieve from the cab. So we're going to get more accurate settings of our pre-sieve. We're going to be able to adjust that pre-sieve from the cab if we see a need to in a particular crop, or as we're going from crop to crop, it will adjust with the rocker switch, or it will adjust with our automation or our automatic crop settings. So there again, that is required for automation, but it can be purchased as a standalone option on the machine as well. When we take a look at our display, if we've got the in-cab adjustable vanes and the in-cab adjustable pre-sieve, on the 250 series machines, this is our default run screen 1 layout here. And you can see here at the top, it shows me that cage vane position. Now when I adjust the cage vane with my rocker switch, I will also get the pop-up in the middle of the display that will show me what that vane position is. So even if I'm in a different run screen, anytime I adjust those vanes, I'm going to get the pop-up on the display that's going to show me what that vane position is. Same applies to my in-cab adjustable pre-sieve. I can use that rocker switch to open and close that. I'm going to get the pop-up that's going to display what my opening is. Now on those default run screens, I also get that indicator there that shows me what my pre-sieve opening is in that machine cutaway. Take a look quick at the calibration tab. So when I have the in-cab adjustable pre-sieve, I now also have a calibration for the pre-sieve. So I have a remote switch on the left-hand side of the machine over near where the rotor shift handle and the chopper stationary knives are that I can use to close and open that pre-sieve to that 6 millimeters or 1/4 of an inch. So same process to calibrate this as the upper and the lower sieve. I do have a video on my YouTube channel that walks you through in detail how to go through and calibrate those sieves. So take a look at that. Make sure you've got your pre-sieve and your other sieves on your machines calibrated, especially if you've got an automation machine. We also have our rotor cage vane calibration. So with the rotor cage vane calibration, it makes sure there is no crop obstructing the mechanical slots. So you want to take a look back there first, use the switch in the toolbox to run that vane assembly in both directions. Make sure you don't have any corn cobs, bean stems, or anything like that that are through the slots that's going to keep it from going its full range of motion. Then we can come in here, we can press OK. Those rotor vanes will go to their maximum position. They will go to their minimum position. And then they are calibrated. So you may get, if you're running an automation machine, you may sometimes get a warning that the cage vanes are plugged, and it will recommend that you run the cage vanes all the way in both directions. So we would use our armrest mounted switch while the machine is running. Typically with no crop in there, we would move those cage vanes all the way to the very slow position, bring them all the way to the fast position, and then take them back to our setting. And that hopefully will kick any material that is blocking the movement of those vanes out. Now with the newer software that's coming out for model year 21, there will be a automatic clean out on that. So about every hour, what it will do when you're in the headland is it's going to cycle those vanes from their minimum position to their maximum position and then back to your setting. Now if you go through the clean out procedure and you've gone back and you've looked in there, you cannot find any material that could be blocking those vanes, you've moved them both directions with the toolbox mounted switch, then what I recommend doing is coming back in here and running that rotor cage vane calibration again. That typically will get rid of any errors that the cage vanes are not in the commanded position. With our in-cab adjustable cage vanes, we do have a ground mounted switch that we can use to manually operate those cage vanes so that we can see from the ground what those vanes are doing. This works just like our remote sieve adjust switches. If the key is off on the machine, I can still operate those vanes. I press and hold that button, it will wake the controller up and it will allow me to adjust those vanes. So this is what I'm going to use if I've got some trash in there. I can use my ground operated switch to adjust those vanes away from the corn cob or the bean trash that is through the slot and pull that trash out. So we'll take a look at that linkage as the vanes are adjusting. That adjustment is going to move the vanes not only in the rear separation portion of the machine, it is also moving the vanes over the number 2 concave. So as I change the position of those vanes, I can speed up or slow down how fast the material is moving, both in the separation and the threshing area of the machine. Now these vanes also have a very slow position, so that's going to allow us to slow the vanes down 6 degrees slower than we could with the prior machines. So when we get in high yielding corn, we're able to hold that crop in a little bit longer to thresh and separate that crop.